this base, you get this start to a journey when you get your black belt. So what are you going to focus on? That should be your, the start to your journey. And we're going to take this just a few levels. So when we first ask that, we can always just do skill, right? And you can always just say, well, I've never learned to wrestle and I want to learn how to wrestle as somebody who's unathletic. And that's the journey you go on. And the reason you do this, again, this may take you years and years and years, but the reason you do this is because there's going to be a lot of unathletic people that walk into the gym, and you'll be able to share that bit of perspective with them. You'll be able to say, hey, this is how you wrestle when you're not athletic. I found that it's only really 2 moves that work. This is how you connect the 2. And you go, well, that person now is not required a 3-year journey. They learned the language that I was able to teach them because I was the one willing to do this deep dive. I have certain guys, I have a black belt that today's Wednesday when I'm recording, but every single Wednesday night, we positional spar the back. We have for maybe a year. What's funny is there was never a discussion that he and I were going to start doing this. We just always have a positional spar round of the back on Wednesday nights. And he was my favorite guy to go with because his defense is so good. And then anytime I defend a way, he will remember it and try something new the next week. And so I just got into that habit of always wanting to do that round. And then for me, I developed some new stuff when it came to defending from the back because I had to. For him, he's developed new stuff when it's come to defending to the back, and he's been just way deeper than I have on that deep dive. And so I'm able to just check in with him all the time. Like, hey, what's working now? And I'm like, oh, I think it's all about this. And I'll go, oh my gosh, I never even thought of it that way, And so when you get your black belt, you assume that like, oh, now I should be teaching every class or something, like my perspective is valuable. Maybe your perspective on a few things is valuable, but your job now is to make your perspective on more things valuable, right? Because when it all comes down to this, the thing in jiu-jitsu is like, oh, it's not about the belt, it's about the journey. It's not about the belt, it's about the journey. You always hear that. And like I said, when you get your black belt, they say, oh, now the journey begins. And I told you guys this recently, but I heard a quote that was, what if it's not about the goal? What if it's not about the journey? What if it's about the community? And that hits so much for jiu-jitsu. I told you guys, one of the coolest moments in jiu-jitsu for me was that moment that I got to have with my black belt, Sam, where we're both competing. And yes, we both won, but honestly, I've won a lot bigger of matches that were a lot more exciting in a lot cooler ways. But those goals and those wins really, they're just part of the journey. The community, my team screaming while all the rest of our team was warming up or on the mat competing, supporting each other, supporting our whole affiliation, guys getting hurt, people running and getting ice, people winning, people taking pictures on the podium, just that. And obviously it's a competition part. But like even after that, we went obnoxious on this win. This is the 3rd time. There have been 3 St. Louis Opens, and we have won the GI tournament. Our affiliation isn't technically St. Louis based, but we have a big St. Louis presence. So while they've done 3 St. Louis IBJJF Opens, we've won all 3, and in the GI, and so which is what matters. And so since we've done that, we just thought we would do something over the top, and we celebrated. And we took a tour. That's why I went to Kyle's gym, went to Revive in St. Charles, went to all 3 head nods, Granite City, Edwardsville, and Jerseyville. Those are my 3 schools. And we just took pictures with it and hung out with everybody and trained with everybody. And honestly, and though the tournament experience was so fun, the experience was so much fun just getting to share it, right? And getting to have inside jokes with people that I've known for years, but I've never really had a close friendship with. And now we have like little jokes about certain things because something that happened at the tournament, right? We have this shared experience. when you think about that, when you think about the day to day, you think about most schools, how many people show up way too early and leave way too late. Why? Because it's so much fun to do jujitsu with the right people. But I'd argue if you took that right people, that right group, and then we all just said one day, hey, we're going to stop doing jujitsu and we're going to get this into pickleball, it'd probably be pretty fun too, right? I wouldn't be as fun, wouldn't be as cool for sure, but it would be cool because the community is what matters. And that's what so many people are searching for. I know we're searching for weight loss and we're searching for self-defense, but I think deep down, we really all crave a community where we can give back to, like that we're not only just a part of it and we can receive from it, but we can see that our efforts help the community too. And that's why I think you focus on jiu-jitsu this way. I think that's why you focus on getting good specifically, because that is one of the most shareable things you can do with jiu-jitsu, and it gets you good faster. So why not just be selfish too? But on top of that, the better you get, the better you try to make your training partners, the better they get, the better they try to make you. And when it comes down to it, not only is it about community in a hippie weenie way like I was just explaining, but it's about community in a skill development way too. My gym, I get better now faster. I tell you guys this all the time, but the real reason I don't ever just drop to you, which to me is the simplest reason, because this isn't available to most people, is I have a ton of black belts and I get to train with them all the time and discuss things with them all the time. And they're doing deep dives on different positions all the time. I use moves in competition that were shown to me in 30-second increments between rounds by some of my black belts, and I use them in black belt competition. And I'm like, yeah, it's just because that's how the community works. We just are all trying to get each other better so we can beat the Brazilians. And that is really, isn't that what jiu-jitsu is about, right? But yeah, that's, I think, where I'll leave us, is just that thought. So no matter what belt you are, obviously none of this happens if you don't just keep showing up, if you don't keep being consistent. But really the hack to every single belt is you should be focused. You should choose something to focus on, whether it's a position, whether it's a move, whether it's an end goal position. You should choose a focus. As you get better, maybe that focus shifts. It's okay if the journey, if you're on the journey and you realize, oh, I've become a new person. The river that I'm crossing is different and I'm also different too. So my method can be different. I can choose to go a different way. And that is something that's going to happen to you as you continue to get better. And hopefully as jiu-jitsu and the awesome community that you surround yourself with starts to change you. Hopefully that'll happen. Hopefully you'll go, oh, those ideas I had as a white belt, those goals I had as a white belt, maybe they were stupid. I could tweak them a little bit and they would be more realistic and better for me and better for my family and better for my team, better for my community.